All right, so awesome week of football so far. Probably the best week of the season, in Coach's opinion. We're definitely getting to the good stuff. First, we had the Rams beating the Niners without scoring a single touchdown in their own building. We love it because we've been fading the Niners all year. Commanders beating the Saints by 1 point. Defense stepping up, stopping a 2 point conversion in the Superdome, where the Super Bowl is going to be played. We have the Commanders winning the Super Bowl, so we absolutely love that outcome. Uh, we also noticed that Marcus Mariota, who was formerly an Eagle and apparently connected to Chip Kelly, all that sort of good stuff, he's backing up old Jaden Daniel on the Commanders. So we actually think Marcus Mariota is going to be the one to do it for him. We'll get deeper into that. Our Brownies lost to the Chiefs. We like that because they're not in the playoffs. Might as well get a good draft pick. Possibly still fire Stefanski, get Belichick in there, and they injured Patrick Mahomes. He got knocked out of the game, was limping real bad. We think that's hilarious. That should help Mariota outduel Mahomes. And then Bengals beat the Titans, so their playoff dreams are still alive. That'll make Hard Knocks more interesting. Texans beating the Dolphins. We don't really care either way there, but we do have the Texans getting the playoffs. Once again, we kind of just like the Texans because they got the Ohio State quarterback there, and we don't need the Dolphins to be good till next year, if even then. But they could be an interesting plot point for our Brownies. Ravens beating the Giants, Super Bowl rematch. Glad we didn't need that to go that way our way because it didn't. So it's nice we can just root for the Browns to lose. Jets beating the Jaguars. That's interesting. We want the Jets to not be in a position to fire their coach, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't hate Belichick on the Jets. The more I thought about it, because the Browns and Jets did have that long ass overtime game. There could be a huge rematch there, but I still just think it's better if Belichick just goes back to the Browns. Just do the whole deal. That way it's simpler to understand why Josh Gordon comes back, etc. But it could be Josh Gordon versus Belichick if he's on. Anyway, it really works, right? We just don't really like him in college too much. But at least if he had to be in college, they're bringing up Lawrence Taylor. Cowboys beat the Panthers. That's kind of meh for us. We did have the Cowboys making the playoffs. We actually don't care anymore because it doesn't matter because we don't want the Lions to go anywhere. That's the only thing we actually care about this year is the Lions not making the Super Bowl. Anything else is good by Coach, but he thinks it's the Commanders beating the Chiefs. Second pick, if I had to pick one, be the Chiefs beating the Eagles, but it seems like they gave you that way too strongly. So the reason why I think it makes sense, narrative-wise, why it would be the Skins and not the Eagles, is the Eagles have been laughing at the Skins forever. This is the best start the Skins have had since the 90s. Very few years have the Skins bested the Eagles, and we're kind of always just worried about the Cowboys. So in a year where we're trying to humiliate the Eagles, I think it's better even than them making the Super Bowl and losing to Andy Reid again. They already did that. Now they should just have to watch someone else get there and lose to their former coach, with the quarterback they just had on their roster last year. Yeah, that cuts pretty deep for me. I think that screams it's about time to fire Sirianni at that point. So that's what Coach likes. We got, let's see, later games we got Buccaneers, Chargers. That's interesting. Definitely watchable. Colts, Broncos, watchable. Patriots, Cardinals. I wouldn't care to watch it, but I guess it should be a decent brand of football. Just not two of the better teams in the league, but you should have some good offense. Bills, Lions, obviously one of the best games of the week, on at the same time as Steelers, Eagles, and I get to watch both, so I'm flipping back and forth between those two. We ultimately don't care what happens in these games, but we do hate the Steelers, and as much as we don't want to see the Lions do too well this year, there's nothing wrong with racking up some regular season wins. So we just they're getting respect on the name, all that sort of stuff. And the bigger they get built up, if they fall apart in the playoffs, that means people will trust them even less next year, even if they start well. So better odds for us. So let's see. Tonight, I should say, Packers, Seahawks. That's a decent game. All we care about in regards to the Packers, they find a way heading into next season to have Malik Willis as the starter. And then Bears Vikings. We think the Vikings are going to take that one. Of course, the Bears can play spoiler. The Vikings got some losses to give. So I could even see the Commanders possibly finding a way to leapfrog them, but I don't think there's enough games left to do it. And then, unless the Vikings just completely fall apart, I think the Skins are pretty much locked into the 6th seed. Then tomorrow night we got Falcons Raiders. What the hell is that shit? Alrighty, whatever. Let's take a look. Let's just check out what our Commanders are doing next week. Ooh, they got the Eagles. Oh man, that's awesome. So yeah, we definitely have that to look forward to. Just show you the standings one more time, updated. Now that we got the win on there for our Commanders, so they are at 9-5. Teams with a better record: Eagles at 11-2, Lions at 12-1, the Vikings at 11-2. The Packers are a half game up. Okay, so they will be even with the Packers if the Packers can find a way to lose. Who are they playing? I already forgot. The Seahawks in Seattle. So we're big time rooting for Geno Smith to have a great game there. And we think they'll pull that out. And then, yeah, nothing. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any sort of news or anything. I should have Mariota up right here, I think. Do I not? Okay. Let's do Marcus. Okay. So you see, he played for the Ducks, first Hawaiian-born athlete to win the Heisman. He's 6'4". Second overall pick in the draft, same as Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is doing stuff that hasn't happened since RG3. RG3 famously got knocked out in the wild card round of the playoffs, knee injury. There you see, of course, he was with the Eagles last year. He's got the 44, he's got the 46, he's got the 86. He's got 17 rushing touchdowns. He's got 2,100. That's 777. He replaced after 6 games in 2019. So his numbers don't make a lot of sense to me. I don't understand why he's not starting. What's wrong with this guy? Does he run too much? What it is? Let's see. Pro career. I don't see anything else in here. 7.6 yards a carry, 4.48. That's pretty fast for a QB. Not like Mike Vick fast or anything, but you can definitely move. Chip offered Mariota a scholarship before he ever started a varsity game. Oh, he was drafted behind Jameis, dude, who's been on all year. Not doing great, but all over TV, right? Getting all the best sound bites. And then we know Tennessee's been in the mix. The Buckeyes are about to face Tennessee. He was the first quarterback in the NFL to attain a perfect passer rating in his first career start. Okay, he was the first. Is he the only? He's got to be, right? Let's see. And he was the youngest to do it. Lost to Mansell's Browns. .268. Ran for an 87-yard touchdown run. Holy shit. First NFL player since Sweetness in 83 to pass for a touchdown, run for a touchdown, and catch a touchdown pass for at least 40 yards. Get the hell out of here. How the hell is this guy not starting somewhere? I never really followed him much. I just always was sick of always hearing about how he should be an Eagle, knowing it wasn't actually going to happen. Let's see. And then, of course, it did way late. But nobody cares anymore. 89 yards and a TD. 349. He had an overtime win over the Eagles. Beat the Cowboys 28-14. Beat the Skins. $17.6. So he got injured in 2021. Replaced Matty Ice. Lost 27-26 to the Saints. Saints just lost by 1 point to his squad today, although he wasn't on the field. So he didn't get on the field for the Eagles until the last week of the season, threw 1 touchdown, 1 interception. First NFL quarterback to wear number 0. That's very odd. What is he wearing now? Yo, he came in and threw 18 of 23 for 205 and 2 TDs. Like, I know it was against the Panthers, but that's definitely not bad sign at all. He's played in 2 games, so he only threw like 1 pass in the other. Tied with Winston and Watson for most passing TDs by a rookie. The only one with no assault allegations that I know of. First NFL player to throw for 250 with 3 TDs and rush for more than 100 in the same game. Really? That's crazy. That tells me that he's like one of the better passing mobile quarterbacks. Because like I guarantee a lot of those QBs got 100 yards rushing, but the 3 TDs, well, you know, the red zone offense is probably where they struggled. They probably typically just run it in. Let's see. Second rookie to throw 4 TD passes in the season opener. First quarterback to record 6 total TDs within the first 2 games of his career. Damn, dude. First quarterback of the Super Bowl era with a... Yeah, we already knew that one. First player to have... Wait. He was the first player to have both a receiving touchdown and a passing touchdown in a playoff game. So did that happen before Foles? First player to throw a touchdown pass to himself in the playoffs? Jesus Christ. And like we saw Lamar like throwing a pass to himself for like a nothing play. Everybody made was a big deal last year in the AFC Championship. 16 games, at least 2 touchdown passes in his first 2 NFL seasons. Tied with Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson. So the Russell Wilson part scares me. Right, because I could totally see like Mariota against Russell Wilson. Although it's weird to think of the Steelers in there without a franchise quarterback. Like, you know, it's just I could see that. This is the longest run by a quarterback for Titans franchise. Okay. Most passing attempts a game as a rookie. As he was in the NFL film series Quarterback on Netflix. So I'm gonna have to watch that episode. Maybe we'll leave it at that. Well, let's see what the news is. See, look, like that's one where it seems like cheeky, right? Like obviously they're talking about Daniel Jones, but it could be like Jaden Daniel. Let's see. Okay. So if they say anything about this here, what's all this? It's a weird tweet. We're gonna need to keep that and see what that was about. They gave the number to Brian Robinson Jr. So here they're telling you that 8s and 0s are the same. I guess that kind of makes sense. It's just a line in the middle. That's what they had to say about it. That was his first start in 2 years. He did pretty good in it. Even though, like I said, it was easy against the Panthers. He sent a Panthers defender into another area code, did he? 6-yard scramble. So what's this stupid ad? It's better be worth it. You definitely dusted him. From that. Oh, telling Gabriel to win Heisman following in Mariota's footsteps. No, I don't have a ton on it, but coach is taking Marcus.